Hello?
Tessa,
Hi, what's up?
what's going on?
Not a whole lot. How about you?
Oh, nothing. Just getting out the shower. Sitting up here with no clothes on doing this review.
Oh, well, isn't that something?
Yeah, I like to review naked, you know. Hey, people don't know we're doing this over the phone because I'm in Austin and, of course, Tessa's up in New York. We only do things when I'm up in New York together. But since you're not around, I can get naked without making you feel uncomfortable like I did last time.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, anything for you, baby. Anything for you. All right, so what are we talking about again? Hancock?
No,
No,
God.
we're talking about sort of the retarded version of Hancock, which is special. This is kind of the disillusioned version of the superhero trend that's out right now.
Exactly.
So this movie, which has been out for a while, features one of your favorite actors. I'm assuming he's one of your favorite actors.
Oh, yeah. I love Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport is good. He's one of those guys who he's become more of a character actor now. People know him, but he's always on a side project. Or he's always a side character on a project. Like things that he tries to do when he's like the leading guy, they don't take off too well.
I know, and it's sad because he really, in this movie, is like total proof that he has full capability of being a leading guy, but over the years of his acting career, he's been typecasted. You know, he either plays a cop, a gangster of some sort, or he's like full-on funny man. But
Yeah.
like in this movie, unlike anything that he's ever done, which I think is why he's just so good in it.
You know, he is very good in this movie, and it kind of sucks for him because this is a low budget film, and as I said, I think this movie came out in 2006. I saw the movie last year at the New York Comic Con. And I walked into the panel for this film not even knowing that it was a movie. I thought I was going to see some writers there or some artists, and it turns out they were showing this film. But I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it because for its low budget, it's pretty good.
The camera work is just phenomenal in this movie. There's so many really creative camera angles that I was just geeking out like the entire time watching it.
You actually saw this at a theater, though, right? I mean, you went to the movies. Or did you see it on TV? Because I also heard that they're doing something for this on demand.
Really? See, I didn't know that. No, I saw it at the Sunshine Theater in New York. It was the only theater in New York that was playing it that day.
It kind of puzzles me why this movie wouldn't get some sort of distribution because, as we said, even though it has a very modest budget, the directors, who these two guys, Hal Haberman and Jeremy Passmore, I'd never heard of them. I'm assuming that this is their first, not their first movie, but their first movie that's probably getting this much attention.
Yeah.
It's a modest budget, but they've done a lot with what they have. And as I said, it could ride the trend of comic book movies right now. It's a good alternative to that trend. Let me tell people what this is about. So Michael Rappaport, he plays a guy who's a meter maid, and he pretty much hates his life. He feels like he's not making any kind of mark on society at all. He does a medical study for an antidepressant medicine. And when he takes it, now you can either look at this as two ways. He's either having a side effect to this, which makes him think that he's a superhero, or he actually is a superhero and people just don't know about his powers yet.
I have superpowers.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's quite unusual.
Not only do I have powers, but they're developing like gangbusters.
I assume you've heard of telepathy?
You're telepathic? What?
I'm not telepathic, Les. You are.
I am? You are what? Telepathic.
When you see him by himself, he's cool. He's flying. He's running down the streets. He's about to fight crime and stuff. And then when he's around his friends, he does things like he tries to jump off desks, telling people that he could fly. And of course, he hits the floor. He tries to tell people that he can teleport and that he can run through walls. And of course, when he runs into a wall, he ends up almost breaking his nose. You know, the kind of stuff that you used to do when you were trying out for your job for us.
Yeah, don't even remind me of that time.
Tessa, no, don't do that.
I swear, I was aching the entire time.
Well, we let you do it because we don't give you any kind of medical coverage. So fine, hurt yourself all you want to. We were laughing at you. Wish we had a camera. We could have had special part two. But when I'm looking at this movie, now honestly, when I hear people, I think it's kind of misleading when you hear the word special. Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about Michael Rappaport being the funny guy, you actually think that. And I'm not even making a joke. You think that he's going to play some retarded person. The movie's going to open up with him getting off a short bus and all that. So I think that the title might be a little misleading for people also. But if you can get past that, it's a very dramatic role for something that is a very almost absurd premise. And Michael, what's that? Go ahead.
No, I think that was one of the main reasons why I was so drawn to this. I think a lot of people can sympathize with him. This movie really reminded me of Lars and the Real Girl. It kind of had that those really awkward, tense moments in the beginning that it's like you didn't know what else to do but laugh. But then as the movie progresses, it just gets depressing, and you're just like feeling for this guy so much. You're just like, man, I just want to give this guy a hug. Tell him to be all right. He's so incredible in it. More than likely, it's going to be overlooked for any sort of indie award or the Oscars or any of that. And
well, come on now, don't
really
go too far. Oscars ain't gonna look at this shit. Now you know that. Come on now. I mean, I know you love this movie, but Oscars ain't thinking about special. This movie is like this might as well be like a $5 movie for them.
I know, but he's just so good in it that it's just so it's so aggravating.
Okay, all right. Now this is where you and I disagree. Like I can hear you right now. You over there geeking out right now. You're like, oh, this is so good. I just want to pinch his cheeks. And I'm like, no, wait a minute, hold on. The movie ain't that goddamn good. It's good.
I think he's good.
Okay, he's good. But you're in love with him. See, you want to have sex with Michael Rappaport. I do not. I like the movie fine enough for what it is. I think that they have done a great job with the budget that they have, with the resources that they have, but that also shows in the movie. It shows that they didn't have a lot. And I think that kind of takes away from it. While they did do some great camera work, the movie feels empty in a lot of parts. It feels a little drawn out to me. Not for the whole film. It just seems like if they had more money, this would have been a bigger special effect right here. I honestly feel like the movie's too long. But I do agree with you that Michael Rappaport is great. Not anything Oscar-worthy.
I think he's Oscar-worthy, and I think where you say, a lot of the scenes, they are sort of drawn out, and some of them are kind of long, and it's kind of a boring-looking film, but at the same time, that's sort of the romance with it. Is he's supposed to be like this very everyday guy? I thought it was kind of organic in a sense.
No, look, this is not the everyman superhero because for all intents and purposes, this guy is retarded, all right? I mean, he's running down the street in a silver suit. What?
I said he's not retarded. He's depressed. There's a difference.
Look, my brother's depressed. You know what he does? He takes medication and goes to bed. This man this fool's running down the street in an astronaut suit talking about he can fight crime and shit. No, I'm sorry. This guy's weird. And while I do feel for this character, you are right. You can relate to this character because he feels very insignificant. And we all kind of feel that way at some point. We all kind of feel like, what mark are we making on society here? And in that aspect, we can relate to that. But are we going to put a bath towel around our neck and run down the street talking about we're super guy? Oh, no, hell no.
Well, you know what? Maybe I will. See what happens. Hey, I bought into it. Maybe it's like the womanly, it's the ovaries talking. It's the mother bird. Whatever. I can blame it on that. We'll go with that. No,
it's your horniness talking for Michael Rappaport. It's got you disillusioned.
Oh, yeah,
I want to give it a matinee. I really do because I think for the right audience, which means Tessa, I think people will enjoy this. But at the same time, it is low budget enough to where I think I would give it a rental. Not because I think the movie's that bad, but because I do believe that it works better. It really is more effective as a DVD rental.
No, and I can see that. I mean, obviously, the distribution is going to be hard for a lot of people here to see it in theaters anyway. So, I mean, that would make more sense. But as much as I want to give it a full price, I think the end is a little too Hollywood for me. It's very happy ending. You're thinking bad things towards the end of this movie, and it just kind of gives up towards the end. So, as much as I love Rappaport, I'm actually going to have to give this a matinee.
You know what I'm going to do for you?
What?
I'm going to set you up with Michael Rappaport.
Oh, my God.
That's how much I appreciate your work that you're doing here. Because you know him and I are pals.
Well, that's one hell of a raise, let me tell you. And I mean that in more than one way than one.
Oh, look at that.
Yes,
I'm glad I'm not the only dirty one around here.
The truth is, with so many billions and billions of people on the planet, most of us can't be unique or important in any meaningful way.
I come from a future that will no longer exist.